So I thought instead of doing a singing video this week, I'm peeling a cucumber, by the way. I put a tweet out like, I'm gonna make a video answering a deep question. And one of you asked, how do you deal with moving away from friends and family? So I also am hungry and I need to make my lunch, and I've been wanting to make this salad this week that's like a cucumber, hence the cucumber salad, like with like Asian inspired blah, blah, blah. So I guess the best way for me to answer this question is as it pertains to like going away to college, because I remember pretty well how I felt when I went away to college for the first time. I was so scared of leaving what I had at home, the safety of my home and the things I loved about having my own space. I guess I just want you to know that like that's normal and we can relate on that note. I'm always gonna have that little panicky period of life to look back on. If you're going out to college for the first time, I remember something that I did that really made a difference in like the overall moving away experience. And it was, I got together with a huge group of people right before we all left. We were all about to go off to college, most of us. I remember we went to a drive-in theater. You might not have one of those. You don't have to do this exact thing. And we just spent time together and we said goodbye. Give yourself the time to say goodbye, you know? Like, that's not to say that you're gonna say goodbye to them forever. You're definitely gonna reconnect. You have breaks and you have summers and all this stuff, like, but give yourself the time to celebrate your friendship with the people that you've had and known for, 4, 6, 10 years. And then also be open and willing to meet new people and welcome them into your life. I was like petrified of meeting new people and rejection, and like the most freeing advice I can offer you, you're not the only person that feels that way. And that in reality, most people you're gonna meet when you go off to college or wherever you're starting new feel the exact same way. They want people to like them. They want to feel confident in themselves, regardless of what kind of personality they have. Like, you can meet the most outgoing and vivacious and like wonderful people that seem like they have it all together, and in reality they don't, and they're just as scared as you. If you're open, I think other people will be open. It's a weird time. It's a really weird time, but there's also a bit of adventure in that. Mint. Most of the time you're gonna have a roommate that you don't know. And what I found throughout college and changing my different living situations and whatever is that having a place to come home to is one thing, but it's also really healthy to have people outside of that. Now we got this thing called a veggetti, and I'm gonna spiralize this cucumber. Veggetti! The thing about college, and the thing that I really found myself missing about it last year, was that organized social groups are kind of unavoidable. Doesn't matter what you're into, it can be anything. So like, you guys know I was in an a cappella group, and that was my life, and they were crazy, and I loved them, and I still do, and it's a very important part of my life that I was in that group. So, I mean, I think most colleges have like an organization fair when you're a freshman, or if you're like transferring or whatever. Go to that and like, don't overcommit yourself, but like check stuff out, and don't be afraid to try new things. Unlike sometimes in high school, you're not limited to your age group. You can hang out with the upperclassmen and in fact like learn a lot from them. The people that were older than me when I was a freshman made the biggest impact on me. Look at this. This is what happens when you veggetti a cucumber. It's this. That's how the cucumber looks now. I'm mixing it. Woo! Good tool. Everyone should have one of these. So to recap, as I'm making my dressing for my salad, in general, being scared is normal, and everyone's scared, and embrace it. Just know that like everyone's scared and they're trying to find their footing, and there's something kind of wild and fun about that. Before you leave, make sure you take a time to say goodbye. Just give yourself a little bit of closure that you can look back on. You'll really appreciate it in the future. Don't be afraid to take risks. No, actually though, don't be afraid to take risks in meeting people when you go somewhere new. Don't be upset or discouraged if the people you meet in the first 2 weeks don't stick around for the full time you're there, because people transfer, they meet new people, they join clubs, which you should too, and it's not the end of the world if you don't stay best friends with your first week freshman squad. As far as family goes, there's nothing wrong with calling your mom every day. You don't have to pretend to be like some big grown-up adult that like doesn't need their parents. A lot of kids do that when they go to college, and like, in truth, you're still gonna need your parents. My freshman fall semester, I got into my first car accident by accidentally bumping into a car in the Panera parking lot that was parked.
I needed my parents for that. I couldn't handle it on my own. Like, you're gonna need the people that raised you because they're not done raising you yet, despite the fact that you're far away from them. And I guess ultimately, as cliche as it is, which it is, which is very cliche to say be yourself, but if you feel shame in being yourself in a new place around certain people, then maybe those people aren't the people that you need to spend your time with. Just be aware of that and check in with yourself and say, like, are my own insecurities interrupting this relationship, or does this person like kind of come off as judgy and maybe I don't want to spend my time with them? Give yourself an environment that you feel safe and comfortable in. Dorm living kind of sucks if you're going away to college. It just does. Find a place on campus that you can go to escape that environment if you need to. I, no joke, one time took my guitar out to my car and sat in the back seat and sang. And I know people heard me. Like, that's such a weird thing to do, but it's like you need to do what's necessary to be like mentally and emotionally good. Take care of yourself. You'll find where you're supposed to be, and kind of maybe just surrender yourself to the idea that your circumstances aren't always your choice. What is your choice is whether or not you embrace them and make the most of them. So yeah, that's my advice. I'm gonna eat this kind of weird salad now. I think it's gonna be good. That's it. That's our salad. It doesn't look that gourmet, but I think it's gonna taste good. Look at that. That's a cucumber. This thing is probably as tall as me. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. It's a very wet cucumber. Oh, baby! Might have veggetti'd my finger.